Hey, Queen.
Hey, Queen.
Hey, Queen. Sister.
You, Miss Thing, are courageous. You are dynamic. You are principled.
You do know that you're that girl, right?
Doing right by yourself never goes out of style.
Everything about you is majestic and a force to be reckoned with.
Greetings to one and all at home and abroad. Welcome to the show that brings home the bread of all that is women around the world. This is Tales of a Housewife, Africa, the matriarch. I am the wife of the show, Chimalizeni, exclusively only on African Eyes Radio, your revolutionary radio. Get in here. Food is about to be dished. I am bringing home the topic of the uninvited guest. You have heard me right, the uninvited guest. I believe you are aware that I am the epitome personification of my show. I am a happy housewife by choice and qualification, if I say so myself. I am a mother to 5 children. 3 boys and 2 girls. With that being said, I have a routine for everything. I have a routine for laundry days. I have a routine for my children, a routine for cleaning days, a routine for lazing about doing nothing. And the part of me doing nothing is also me doing something, as mentally I am putting things in order, planning my weekly menu, seeing to my children's school calendar, looking for the pen my youngest was playing with in the lounge. And these things, remember, they are all in my mental. But even though they're in my mental, I can clearly see everything. So a routine, as I said, for everything. These routines have timestamps, beginning time and end time, and every day I work around the house according to what I have planned out. You know, my mother taught me that work is best done in the early hours, so that by the time the sun is fully exposed, I am done and ready to sit somewhere for a young break. If I'm not done, you know what happens? Wahala. The sun, it makes you lazy. And once you get lazy, regardless of the routine schedule, everything falls apart. And the entire day, therefore, has to change to accommodate the unscheduled laziness. So everything must be done before the sun is fully exposed. Basically, before noon, before 12 noon. Now, I would like to hear from you, my fellow housewives, my fellow women, the sisters, the aunties, the grandmummies. I'd like to hear from you. Okay, how do you go about your day? And also what you grew up learning from your parents, your grandparents, or guardians regarding your cleaning schedule? Or did you develop one according to your intuition, to your own womanly intuition? What do you do? And you can do so on our WhatsApp, which is 079-089-3671. Let me know. Send me your little expose videos, the photos, the voice notes, and I will share them on the show as well as our social media platforms. You never know who can use your shared experience as well as your routines, because not everyone is good at making routines. Not everyone knows how to go about the nits and bits of creating a routine. So sharing is caring, listeners. Let us know. Before I go into or dive deep into the topic, I want to take you into the holy book, the Bible. I want to take you into the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 34. It reads, "You shall treat the stranger who sojourns with you as the native among you, and you shall love him as yourself, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God." Ooh, so saith the Lord. So this is something that I want you to keep in mind. I want you to keep this scripture in the back of your mind so that whatever we are going through, whatever we discuss here, you can keep this scripture to remind you or bring you back, to be your anchor, basically, so that you do not get lost at sea, you do not drown too deep, to keep you stationed, to keep you here, to keep you here. You know, I generally like visitors. Generally, I really do. I really do. As long as they can be decent enough to let me know the time and date of their arrival. Should they wish to spend the night, I like at least a week's notice so that I can accommodate them, and also to allow me to level with them our house rules and all that they will need to know, so that you as the visitor do not get on my nerves with mannerisms I hate in my house, or bringing in things that aren't allowed in our home. This includes edibles that aren't vegan or reading material that we do not allow our children to be exposed to. I know what you're thinking. I know. Most listeners, I know what's going through your head. This is too much, right? No, it actually is not. Every household has its own rules, and as such, we have our own, of which people find them to be extreme at times, but that is our home, and as such, what we set for our family is what must be followed when you visit, on our premises, or visit us as a family. So if my rules are followed, then by all means you will be welcomed with open arms, because ultimately this is my home. This is my office as the housewife. This is my office. One thing I have learned from being a housewife is that I must always protect my home, and one of the ways I can do this effectively is by protecting my happiness. My happiness ultimately affects my whole household. And I don't want to be around certain people. I don't want to be around certain energies. And I definitely do not want the aura of drama. I don't want certain drama to be present in my space. I don't want my visitors to bring negativity of any kind into my home. Mind you, this is my safe space, my haven, so to speak. And in my haven, my guard is completely dropped or non-existent. And if someone comes with other types of vibe or energies, with my guard down, I am likely to absorb and exude these energies, of which in turn my children and the king man, my husband, will also absorb and exude the same. So I have a responsibility. Every housewife has that responsibility to maintain positivity and an environment that is conducive to growth and love, period. So I need to know what time and dates of your visit so I can get my mpepo out to prepare for your energies, as well as after your visit to expel whatever is left behind. Okay? Mind you, this might not be intentional on the visitor's part, but it is something that should be done as a secondary reflex or routine after visitors enter and leave your home, because you really never know the kind of energies. I don't want to say spirits, but the kind of energies that people come with. It might not always be for you. Some just come to be a vampire, suck out all the blood and energy out of you, use you, and leave. We don't want that. So we want to prevent and maintain an aura of kindness, of love and peace. And when these people come in, they kind of get cleansed with the impepo that you use to, kind of remove any energies that enter or prevent such energies. A safe space, a safe haven, as I have said. So, hey, people don't always know how they will ultimately affect you with their energy, be it positive or negative. So being prepared beforehand with the intention of the visit and energies that they are coming with is like a must in my books. Every person should do it, should do it, should do it. Whatever paper you choose to use in your household, use it. Use it, my queen, use it. I am at the age and stage in my life where I know who I want to hang out with or spend 3 hours on the phone with, because I don't have that much time anymore. I really don't. I really don't. So the time I do have, I would like to spend it with people that are full of quality conversations, of which with age and different work schedules and time zones, it is already very difficult to find and match each other's time. And it's very difficult to keep up with one another as well. So I am done entertaining supposed friends coming around to check on me or my status of success or failure. I am done with those type of friends that only check up on me to make sure that I have not surpassed them in anything. Or those friends that call to steal ideas or put themselves where they are not wanted in terms of collaboration with whatever venture I have chosen to go into. So if you look at the world right now, how many people have acquired success because of stolen ideas? You will find that these are just simple ideas that were piggybacked on other people's ideas or other people's sweat and energy. So me and my space, I keep it limited. I keep it very limited. Your fingers on one hand cannot even it's more than enough. Plus left over, my circle is very small. So before we get further into hot waters of this uninvited guest topic, what are your tactics of getting rid of the uninvited guests? Do let me know. Do let me know if you're listening to this and you would like to share your excuses or whatever, or the tactics of how you got rid of the uninvited guests. Do let me know. Do let me know. Do let me know. Sharing is caring. You never know how you can change or help one another through this listening channel. Sharing is caring, and you can share via our WhatsApp number, which is 079-089-3671. Or you can post it on your social media platforms, or you can share it on our social media platforms. Just remember to hashtag Tales of a Housewife, hashtag African Eyes Radio. Before we go deeper into this topic, before we touch the hot waters of this topic, here's a word from our sponsors.
Identify, internalize, progress. If you want truth, we are that truth. Come rain or shine, you'll find what you're looking for. We are the custodians of truth, the surgeons that bring light out from the darkness. You want the revolution? We are the revolution. The revolutionary.
You are listening to the Revolutionary Radio, African Eyes Radio. If you are just joining us, thank you for doing so. Those who have been with me throughout, thank you for sticking around. Welcome back to the show that brings home the bread of all that is women around the world. This is Tales of a Housewife, Africa, the matriarch. I am the housewife of the show, Cornelia Chimalizeni, exclusively only on African Eyes Radio, your revolutionary radio. We have been talking about the uninvited guest, why they should make themselves known beforehand. I have also shared my household reasons, our rules, etc., why we prefer for our guests to make prior arrangements before arriving. Every home has its rules, and all guests should avail themselves to learn these beforehand. It makes a visit bearable, even even to the point of pleasurable in the company of the home members. Now, what if the uninvited guest wants to come over to stay for a few days? Hot listeners, if you are out there listening, I know you are. Let's say they are going through something and need some positivity and the comfort of your home for them to heal or process whatever situation they are going through. They love you. They want your advice. They want to be in your space. Maybe you're a happy person or a very objective person. You can relate or advise appropriately, So this particular person, we are now dealing with the stay over uninvited guest, okay, who is going through a rough patch. They are going through a breakup, a divorce, a loss of a loved one, whatever the case, they are going through a rough patch. This uninvited guest is looking for something, obviously, and they are looking for this something in other people, hence the visit. So as a homeowner, you just need to state your terms and remember to not be cruel to your uninvited guest. As remember, they may be going through a rough time, okay? So now that you know, or maybe this situation you don't know, all right, obviously, because you have not gone through it yourself, especially if it's something that is very serious and very real, that is terrible for them. So don't be judgmental. Be open-minded. Hear the people out, okay? The uninvited guests may ruin your daily routine. I hate that, but uninvited, okay, surprise, and they may become very frustrating. But I would advise you and make it very clear, okay, do not take that frustration out on the guest, even though this situation might be irritating for you. But please, listeners, please do not take it out on your uninvited guest. Take it from me, your favorite neighborhood housewife. Do not take out your frustration on the uninvited guest or direct your frustration towards them. As remember, they are seeking some refuge, some solace in your home. And when you show your frustration or direct this to them, you are likely to cause more damage than good. They are in a very vulnerable state and they are looking to interpret everything negatively than constructive. Whether it's criticism, constructive criticism, whether it's advice that would actually help them, but at that moment it is not being processed as such, so you have to be very, very careful, considerate of that which comes out of your mouth. Words are damaging. We are all aware of this, okay? So it's very tricky. It's very tricky having to deal with uninvited guests. Apart from having to rearrange your children's rooms to make space for them to sleep, or having to explain why you do not have a television in your home. So how do you deal with the situation without causing damage to someone who is already in a difficult place in their lives? There is a plethora of ways to deal with such a situation and with different people. You, of course, will be presented with a different possible solution, okay? And you just have to take this little advice that your favorite neighborhood housewife will give you and add a little spice, add in your 2 cents to suit your particular situation, okay? I will share with you how I have dealt with such situations. Of course, in some aspect, how I would handle such a situation, all right? And it's up to you to add some spice of your own to suit your own situation, your own agenda, your own dilemma. Remember that. So I will go and number it for you. And this is my number 1. I believe this is my top thing that I would have to do if I received an uninvited guest, and that would just be honest with the guest in question, straight to the point. Why are you here? Why are you here? This will give you a clear understanding of the situation, of course, and the whole scope into why they have chosen you and your home as a sanctuary for their time in need. Okay, this can also help you to empower yourself and empower them, because the more you know of their situation or whatever they are going through, the better equipped you are to advise them or to give some comfort, okay, some moral comfort, whatever support they need in that time. And number 2, ask them how long they intend on staying at your home. This is extremely important. I will stress this point because hey, they can become something else. The whole situation can turn around real fast. So ask them, how long do you intend on staying? Okay, because they need to be aware or made aware from the get-go that there is a limit or an expiry date to their visit. And as time goes by, you will not have to be disrespectful to get them to move out, because they have, okay, the uninvited guests, hey, can choose to just lay eggs in your home and stay there, of which you as a host are now having to avoid your guest in your own home. And that is when the whispering begins. When is they leaving? When is he leaving? When is she packing up and going? You know, which is very uncomfortable if you are honest with your uninvited from the word get-go. From the beginning, you are at liberty to give them their space, and in so doing also, they are more likely to respect your space and the time you have allowed for their stay. Okay, so be up and honest, outright about it. Number 3, set up boundaries. If you choose to allow your uninvited guests to stay over, the do's and don'ts of your household are very important. Give them limitations of access to things and food, even if it's as simple as the Wi-Fi password, or the children's snacks in the cupboard, or the kind of language they may use when children are in the same room. Set those boundaries so that you as the homeowner do not become the villain when incidents occur where the uninvited guest has overstepped their boundaries, okay? This can be, for example, language that is used when children are in the same room if you have children, or maybe an elders in the room, and this language can be vulgar or disrespectful, or might even go to the highest of racial differentiations, you know. So just set up those boundaries that should you ever become angry in whatever situation, okay, you want to express yourself, to let loose whatever, you know, go and find a corner outside where these individuals are not in your space, and they are free to express themselves. They are free to kick a rock or punch a wall for that matter. Okay, the same boundaries will also assist you to get rid of the uninvited guest. Very important, especially when they should attempt to elongate their stay. Oh no, I did not find, a job, or I still have not secured this job, or I am not welcomed at home as yet until I find this or that. Whatever the case, they may want to push their boundaries, and these boundaries will also help you when the uninvited guests should attempt to oppose your house rules. And believe you me, they will oppose and depose certain aspects of their stay, and they will challenge the running of your household. Where, remember, they laid eggs, they will want to hatch these little egglings, these little chicks in your home. So be specific, set those boundaries. My last and not least, number 4, tell them you have other obligations you need to attend to, and being with them or leaving them in the house is not an option. This is your home, remember. This is your safe space, your haven, so to speak. So you should be able to move around freely. Okay, now I have heard stories of some house guests who arrived to a place, and upon leaving they chose a day where the owners of the house were not present, and they helped themselves to some furniture, some clothes, kitchen utensils, as well as one of the TV sets that were in the guest room that they had occupied. Such disrespect, right? I'm not saying this could happen to you or would happen to you, but it could. And you know what they say? Better safe than sorry. Set those boundaries. Let them know that you don't feel comfortable leaving them in your home alone, okay? And you are not obligated to leave them or be around with them. You have a whole life you need to live, a whole errand of things that need to be done, okay? So let us know how you dealt with your uninvited guest, or maybe you were on the other receiving end, you were the uninvited guest. Tell us your favorite neighborhood housewife. Tell me how you received the getting rid of you, how it was, or how you dealt with it, how you left. Was it in good terms, bad terms? Would you be able to return back if ever you needed a space again or the comfort of their home? Okay, do let me know. And the number is 0790893671. Do let me know. Sharing is caring, and we want to know. Remember, we do not repeat gossip twice. Okay, so I will be back after this short break. To the listeners that are just joining us, we have been in discussion about the uninvited house guest, okay, and as well as the uninvited sleepover guest, the one who lays eggs in your home and just does not want to leave. I have shared with you my little top 4 ways of dealing with them, and how also you could do the same through our WhatsApp. You can share with us how you dealt with your situation with your uninvited guest on our WhatsApp line, which is 0790893671. You can also do so by sharing our hashtag Tales of a Housewife, and then your opinion on this matter of the uninvited guest. So now, you have taken the time out to plan and execute your wedding. It's a wedding. Yay! The perfect day ahead awaits you and your guests. Remember, you have been planning for months. You have been planning for however long or short you have been planning for, but you have been in the plannings, active, choosing this and choosing that. You have selected or hired a certain number of chairs and tables, okay, to cater for a certain number of guests. Now, here we go. There's a guest that comes with an uninvited guest who they did not RSVP for. What do you do? Who do you call? Ghostbusters? No. You call me, your friendly neighborhood housewife. Okay? Let us know how you dealt with the situation. Did you accommodate them? Because remember, also caterers are involved. You have hired caterers to cater for a specific number. Okay, now good for you if these caterers came with extra plates, extra cutlery, whatever the case, to accommodate for just in case. But sometimes, most of the times, caterers only come for the number you have supplied. Okay, so now you find yourself having to remove a table from somewhere else to put it in to accommodate the extra people, having to put in things that do not even match your whole setting. Now, I don't know about you listeners, I don't know about you, but looking through my wedding photos, I would have hated seeing photos of unmatching equipment, because I ordered everything to the T to match. Okay, not that brown spot that is just an eyesore, right? So On a serious note, what do you do with such guests? Do you send them back and politely tell them that there is no space? Or do you now start moving chairs and rearranging things, as we say, to accommodate the extra head? What do you do? This might be a very uncomfortable situation. Remember, nerves are everywhere. They are on edge. You are anxious. You are excited. Everything is just mixed up emotions in one big bowl. Okay? But I would remind you to always approach the uninvited wedding guest when you have a clear head. We do not, by any means, call them out where you are angry and upset or irritated. All right? Wait for the 3 C's, my favorite: cool, calm, and collected. Wait to be 100% emotionally. All right? Now, this is free advice from your friendly neighborhood housewife. This is good advice for any confrontation in life. Be cool, calm, and collected. Wusa. All right? This isn't an easy situation to handle, unless, of course, you're used to confrontational problem solving. But not everyone is built like that. So knowing that your discomfort is normal should help ease the pain of the uninvited guests. Of course, if you choose to release them or to let them go, so to say, it might make you feel anxious or cause you to second guess yourself on your special day. However, I promise that in a few hours or a day or two, you'll move on. And you can now add that confrontation under your belt. Tick, tick, tick. Okay? So let me know how you handled this situation. Let us know on 0790893671 how you dealt with the uninvited wedding guest, and how do you keep your nerves cool, calm, and collected. We don't want to say horrible things. This is your special day. Remember that, right? So what would you do if it was your special day? If you're listening to this, what would you do? What would be your reaction? And on top of that, also, what do you do to the people who actually were invited, bringing in uninvited guests? Okay, this now brings me to RSVPs. Very important to use those RSVP channels. Remember, these are also the financial standings of the event itself, of the people involved organizing this event, putting it all together. So you need to be considerate if you are going, and the number of people you are taking with you. You can go with 50 people. Let it be up to the event people who are concerned, the planners or the couple itself, to say, no, we can't handle 50, we can handle half of that, or 20. Okay, so let you know how many people you can bring. If someone says, okay, you are invited, Cornelia, you are invited to this event, and you can bring a +1 or +2, +3 maximum. I cannot go there as the invited guest now with 5 people extra. I cannot decide that, hey, no, she invited me, so come on, all of you, let's go. A whole plethora of people. No. That RSVP is very important. Use it. Okay, so thank you for being with me. I have had a blast, but let's keep this conversation open-ended so that you can always share your opinions, your views on the matter of the uninvited guest. But for now, let me see you later. I have had a wonderful time sharing with you the topics of the day. I am your favorite friendly neighborhood housewife, Cornelia Chimalizeni, on the talk show that brings home the bread of all that is women around the world. This is Tales of a Housewife, Africa, the matriarch, exclusively only on African Eyes Radio, your revolutionary radio. Join me again tomorrow at 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Central African Time. Coming up is Current Affairs. Stay